Alright, how you doing everybody? This is Mike from Lumin Lights, and this video tutorial will go over how to use our LED Ogre bar. It's one of our more popular products and actually one of my personal favorites. I actually prefer this bar even over our Dragon bar, which has stronger 3-watt bulbs in it, but I think this gives a more even color distribution and throws almost as far. It's also got some great features. If you're unfamiliar with LED bars, or if you are familiar with them, this is similar to the American DJ Mega Bar or the Chave Color Rail. Unlike the American DJ Mega Bars and the other copies of it out there, though, which only have 3 rows of LEDs and 252 LEDs total, our light has 4 rows of LEDs, 320 LED bulbs in total. Another thing we have that nobody else so far has is we had our manufacturer silk screen some very important information onto the light itself, and I'll bring that a little bit closer. You can see this when you actually get yours or you have your manual, but first of all, we have all of the pre-built programs, okay, silk screened onto the unit, as well as the different DMX modes, and there are 6 DMX modes available. Each mode is a different array of channels. Now, the most popular or the most useful DMX mode is our 7-channel mode, which you can see right here. This is the DMX chart for our 7-channel mode, and here are the channels. Channel 1, which is red, and it shows you the values from 0 to 255. Channel 2 is green. Channel 3 is blue. Channel 4 is all the pre-built programs that are on this light, as well as some pre-built colors like red, green, blue, yellow, purple, cyan, and white. You also have speed of the programs, control of the speed, flash, which is your strobe, and master dimmer. So basically, in this 7-channel DMX mode, you can color mix, you can use pre-built programs and shows, and I will say that the pre-built programs, the pre-built shows in this light are incredible. It was very, very well programmed. The shows are very good. A lot of lights you get out there, the pre-programmed shows are really garbage. They're kind of useless. This has very good, useful shows that I think you're going to like when you actually see it. Let's go over some of the other features. You have a physical on the light. You have power in. And on the other end here, you have your power out for power daisy chaining. You have your DMX in and your DMX out. And you have your 4-button LCD display. Now, we're going to go through the menu. One of the nice things and the reasons we had the programs and a DMX chart silk screen onto the unit, you're at a gig, you forgot your manual, don't worry about it. Look at the silk screen. You can pretty much figure out anything you need to by looking at that chart. So you'll see right now the display says A001. That's because we are in DMX mode 1. And the DMX modes, the different DMX modes allow you to do different things. Some of the modes are just red, green, blue. Some of the red, green, blue, and dimmer. Some of them, like 7-channel mode, let you control pretty much every function of the light. Now, another feature of this light, as opposed to many of the other lights out there, the lights are broken up into segments. Now, I'll use the American DJ Mega Bar as an example, because a lot of people know it and are very familiar with it. The American DJ Mega Bar is broken up into 3 segments, okay? And when you're programming it or controlling it or making shows, you can chase or sequence just 3 segments of that particular bar. The Ogre bar has 8 segments, okay, across the entire bar. But you can break that up. You can use it as one entire color bar. You could break it up into 2 sections, into 3 sections, into 4 sections, or into 8 sections. Now, when you go through the menus here, and I'll just bring this a little bit closer so you can see, we have, starting off right here in our silkscreen chart, we have DMX mode 1 would be A001, and you saw that on the display. By pressing the up or down buttons, it will sequence through the next program or next DMX value on the light. And then using the buttons here labeled increase or decrease will change the value. For example, press the up button once to get the display back on. We're in DMX mode 1, A001. Now if I want to change the DMX channels, increase will change it, DMX starting channel 5, 6, whatever it may be, or decreasing will lower it. So that's DMX channel 1. Hit your up button and you're in D001, that's DMX mode 2. Hit your up button again, C001, that's DMX mode 3. And this is all silk screened on the unit, so you don't have to remember this, you don't have to refer to your manual, it's right there. E001 is DMX mode 4, P001 is DMX mode 5, and H001 is DMX mode 6. Now, referring to the chart, once you get past H001, the next mode up is R. R stands for red. 255 is the value. Red is on at the highest possible setting. Your values go from 0 to 255, and you can adjust the individual colors and raise or lower their intensity, so you can do some customized color mixing. So let's say we want to decrease red. I'm going to turn it off. It's on 255, that's the highest value. I'm going to turn it down to 0, and you see the red LEDs just turned off. Let's put that back to 255. Hit the up button again, you move on to the next menu, which is green, and the same thing. Increasing or decreasing, if I go from 255 to 0, 0 will turn off the green LEDs. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all the way up is going to increase the intensity or the brightness of these LEDs all the way back up to 255, which is going to be the highest setting. And we're almost there right now. 3, 4, 5, 52, 55. Okay. Hit up again, we go to the blue LEDs, the same thing. Then we leave color mode, because we've done our red, green, blue, and the next thing is going to be strobe, and that's labeled F501, or F. 501 is the value. F5 and 01 is the value. F5 is strobe. 1 is going to be the slowest setting, and as you increase it all the way up to 20, you'll see the light is starting to strobe faster and faster. There's 18, 19, 20, and then we go back to 1, where it's going to flash very slow. We're actually start at 0. Next menu item up is where we get into the pre-built shows and programs. Now it says 1E, so that's program 1, and they just label it E, and a value of 16. This goes up to a maximum value of 20. So there's the fastest setting. After 20, you go back to 0, which is going to be the slowest setting. So I'm going to set this back to about 15, 16, which is a moderate speed. So your first program is going to be a color chase, and it's going to chase in all different colors from left to right, depending on the orientation that you're holding the bar. Program 2 does from left to right a chase again, but as the lights move from left to right, they're going to stack until the entire bar is lit with the lights that stack. Program 3 is going to be more of like the lights on top of a police car, where they're going to flash back and forth, but again they're going to flash in different colors, and you can control the speed again by using your up or down buttons. There's 20, the largest setting, where it almost, you can't really see it flashing or getting the effect that you saw at a slower speed. Program 4, a little variation on that, you get a little more of a color mix. Program 5 is going to be single color stripes from left to right, and then from right to left. 6, the colors are going to just change in sequence. It's going to be more of like a color jump or a color mix. 7, another variation on the moving sections of the lights, and in this mode you can kind of see the 8 sections as the individual section moves across the light. 8, another stacking program, which is going to have some variations on it. 9 is going to be color fades from one color to another. 10, another color fade program. 11, another color, but this is going to be multiple colors across different segments of the bar. We're up to program 12. This is another color mix program. It's fades, but it gives you different variations on the types of color mixing. Program 13. We're back to moving across the individual segments of the bars, and in this program each chase is a different color, and then they're going to stack, and it's kind of a combination of a lot of the different programs. As you see, it's going to run through the police beacon, it's going to run through color fades, it's going to run through color jumps, color strobes, color stacks. Here comes the color fades. It's basically a combination of all the different programs that are in the light. And then our next mode is SU, and SU stands for sound active. And as you can see, if I tap, it's going to react to sound. And it's going to go through, again, all the various different programs that are built into the light. It's going to sequence through them one by one. So if you can take this light, set it on the ground, put it in sound active mode, and you're going to have a continuously changing light show the entire evening. It's not going to be the same boring sequence over and over again, and it's going to be based on sound, so it's constantly going to be changing. And then the last mode we hit is going to be SLAE, and that stands for slave mode. So if you have one unit, set it to a program, pick any program you want, and then set all the other units that connect to that unit into the slave mode. They will all key up and do the same thing that the first unit does. So there you go. That is the Ogre bar. And again, if you'd like to see a close-up of some of these programs, DMX mode 1, DMX mode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, manual red dimmer, green, blue, strobe, and then programs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 is the one that cycles through all the programs. Sound, which cycles through all the programs based on sound. Slave mode, and then you're back to DMX mode 1. Refer to your manual for the DMX chart of the 7 different modes that this 6 different modes that this light can be programmed in and controlled by. Again, we found that 7-channel mode tends to be the most useful because you have access of RGB color mixing, dimming, and strobing, as well as accessing all the preset colors and pre-built shows that are in the light all through your DMX controller. This is Mike from Lumin Lights. If you have any further questions or would like to place an order, please contact us, luminlights.com.